stream and I subscribed, so I always receive a message that I started. I hope everyone who subscribed receives a message. We got like 20 new subscribers yesterday.
Cool.
But
but
otherwise,
I don't have an account yet. I have to set one up.
otherwise they will. Someone has to post the link on the group or on the event.
Guess I can.
I mean, actually, the link of the channel would be the best.
Oh yeah, but I think people who has it already know. Search for X-wing mates, I guess.
All right, I managed to get the timer to work. Although if we start it, we cannot pause it or
Okay.
restart. It's crazy. So we have to hear Paul and click, and that's it. Never touch it again.
Like, is it 75 minutes for the first match? The timers are a bit different for top cut matches.
Really?
Yeah, at least the final will be like.
But isn't it just the final? We can.
Yeah, maybe also the. Oh.
Welcome to the top 16 of the X-wing Nordics. I am Angelo Gonzalez.
I'm Rune Prinslauer.
And we are very excited for the last best 16 players of the last 2 days meeting up. We have Mathieu against Andreas, a Dane against
a Polish guy.
Yeah. And we have already seen Mathieu on the stream with his 4 Kashyyyk defenders.
Yeah.
Now we got them some bases for the colors, so it's easy to follow them. But basically, he has Wookiee commandos, re-rolling all the focuses.
Yeah, I had the pleasure of playing against him yesterday, or not on Friday, when we were on stream. It's very effective, very tough list.
And he's moving straight forward into the center of the battlefield.
Yep.
And on the other side, a little refreshing list. We haven't seen a ghost on the stream.
No.
So Andreas Olsen with Kanan Yaros, Recon specialist, tons of focuses to come. Of course, twin laser turret, fire control, countermeasures. He's predicting some alpha strike lists with cruise missiles or missiles in general. So he's trying to avoid that. And his bigs has M Knight G8, which will allow for the ship that has target lock will offer a reroll of one of the attacks, so he can use this
that's one.
on the opponent, or he can help Kanan to the first shot. While he doesn't have a fire control system activated, doesn't have a target lock, he can already reroll.
Yeah.
So he most likely already target lock his own ship. As we can see, there's a little target lock on the base of the Ghost. And then the Phantom is in, allowing for a second volley of TLT.
Shots. Yeah.
So a lot of power, and it's a very resistant ship that will weaken the attack of the Kashyyyk defenders. Let's see.
Yeah.
They are probably going to meet up in the middle unless Andreas decides to move away.
Andreas' best bet, I think, would be to avoid as many to minimize how many of the Kashyyks will have range on him, because it'll take him unless he gets a frontal shot on one of the Kashyyks with the TLT, it'll take him at least 3 rounds to take down one of them.
Yeah, they are very resistant.
And if all of them have range, it'll be at least 12 dice against the Ghost's 0 agility.
And of course he has to go through Biggs first.
Yeah,
but
Biggs will but Biggs will have trouble handling that many Kashyyks.
All right, let's see
both
what.
Both of them very very tough lists with a lot.
Yeah. They
Lot
made
of
it
power.
this way through around 100 players,
Yeah.
so they must be tough. They must be effective, and kind of a line formation, spreading a little bit his ships, Matze, and trying to ensure that there's no way the ghost can escape. And Andreas is standing up, maybe predicting that it might be a tricky, if there's a lot of space, it might be a tricky battlefield in the lower part. So going up gives him maybe protection from one rock here and there.
Yeah.
Trying to ensure Big stays at range 1 and at range 3 of the
And it is
Kashik defenders.
is in his favor to try to make the Kashyyyks move in between the rocks. Have to navigate around them. Maybe that'll make it easier to keep out of 1 or 2 arcs.
This is a stream sponsored by Faust Cigar. We never get tired of promoting this store. It's one of those stores where we get to play and have some friends playing X-Wing and other games, and we have opportunity to try out other new games. So we advise everyone to take a look in Copenhagen, Faust Cigar. Thank you for sponsoring. The players are now considering their moves. This will be round 2 for probably the first shots. Will be within range of TLT. In the back you can see the rest of the top 16 players. Very, very popular Miranda Dash. So as far as we can see, only one Imperial list with some good old friends. I just took a look at the tables. We had some quick draw Inquisitor Vader. Imagine, made it all the way here.
Yeah.
And
it'd be interesting how well they do in the current meta. We have a lot of rebel lists, two Wookiee lists, and also quite a few scum lists.
So we can see that the meta is not friendly for Imperial these days, but somehow someone managed to sneak through. There's a lot of missiles, a lot of bombs in this top 16. So of course the aces are going down when it comes to bombs and to missiles. But let's maybe if that list is successful, maybe try to get it up on stream. I think it will be an exciting turn. We have the ghost maybe trying to get behind the rock this turn for at least 1 agility, and let's see. It has already stored one. It has already stored 1 or 2 focuses on Ray, so it's battle ready, and of course, Recon Specialist will help. I played this ghost list in the tournament. I wasn't very successful. It's you can't make mistakes, but it's very effective.
Yeah, it's quite unforgiving, but yeah, quite a punch if you do it right, and very, very tough.
When I have to eject the Phantom, I know things are not going well, and I have to admit, a few times I was very, very close to flying the ghost off the board. Large base ships that have some maneuvering. It's a little bit tricky, even though the ghost has an amazing dial, but that 5K, it's kind of hard to eyeball.
Yeah,
that's when you're always considering, will I actually place it
sure
off the board or not?
Yeah. And of course, it's 2 of its turns are red, so also have to plan a bit ahead. If you're going to, if you're not want to do anything except the 2 turn, you have to know that there'll be room for green in the next turn.
The ghost has a 2-turn white.
Yeah.
So that's the turn you want to do. You have to position in a way that you can do the 2-turn, because the 1 and the 3 are red, and that's not what you want to do. Alright, they predict that the ghost will try to get behind that middle top rock, and they are moving in that direction. The Kashyyyk defenders want to get as close as possible, range 1, avoiding the TLT shots. Let's see. An interesting move would be to have Biggs block the ghost. He can still get from Ray his focus, and then that would be a surprise. The Kashyyyk defenders would not would not have arc. All of them couldn't focus fire, but let's see.
No.
Very smart formation, aligning in a way that will almost ensure at least 2 or 3 of them will have a shot. It is not easy to escape, and it's gonna take a while for the ghost to bring down one by one.
Yeah. I guess we'll see him using or spending his countermeasures quite early in the match. Most likely for the first or second round of fire, depending on how many of the bookies have range.
All right, this is it. The movement is well predicted. Of course, he planned to get behind the rock to have a little extra, maybe pop countermeasures. But as we can see, there will be one of the Kashik defenders with probably range 1. Let's see if it's close enough.
Because they have to go for bigs.
Yeah, maybe not the
two furthest ones.
The 2 furthest ones, the white one. Maybe it'll shoot the ghost directly. As you can see, it's been 3 days of commenting. Our voices are not in the best shape. Still recovering from a cold. So we have the black and the white Kashik defender maybe out of range and maybe getting their shots on Kanan directly. Kanan's ability works at range 1 and 2. We should confirm that because of course it will try to weaken the green Kashik defender who's going to shoot the closest. Breaking the
range
decks,
1 and 2.
Breaking the pink decks, custom made for this Nordics. No shots fired, but this is the round 3. Remember this number. This is the round where things happen. And of course, Kanan will be the first to shoot. This is a low pilot skill battle going on here.
And of course, the closest Wookiee, I guess, is within range 1, so he can't use the TLT. So I think he's going for the orange one.
Yeah, but he could measure.
Yeah.
He's now pumping all the focus, 2 from Recon Specialist and 1 from Ray that was stored. Getting ready for rolling his defense die, and let's see if he pops countermeasures.
He's going for the one first back.
All right. So we have our first TLT. He gets to re-roll 1 from Big's astromech. So that looks like 3. To spend the focus or not to spend the focus. He will. One of the focus has been spent, and there's nothing he can do.
No, so that's first shield off
of the white one, and 2. He actually has 2 defending dice. I think the rock will give him.
I think it is.
And fire control system activates.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is obstructed for me, or is it? No, because if it would have been obstructed, he would have 2 dice to defend. I think it's not obstructed. I think that's why he went for that one.
Very well. So he lost 2 shields. Now he has to wait until the end of the round to shoot again at that same Kashik defender. And Biggs doesn't have a shot, so we'll start to see first round of shooting from the Kashik defenders. The closest one puts 2 damage, and Biggs rolls 2. Seems like 2 evades.
Yep.
Another evade.
So 2 shields.
But this is it was a shot directly on the ghost.
Yeah, that must have been on the ghost.
Alright, and the closest one actually is not a range one. He only rolled 3 dice. That's 2 hits, and Biggs will spend the focus, taking 1.
Oh, I guess he didn't have any focus left to reduce the. Was he waiting to keeping it for later?
Yeah, there was one of them who shot with only 2 red dice, and now 2 more, and it seems like for this one, Biggs is behind the rock. He rolled 4 green dice.
Yeah.
Seems like he was safe. And this is the end of the round, shooting again with the TLT ability allowed by the docked Phantom. He has fire control systems. He has also a focus. The question is, will he spend the fire control to reroll everything? And that looks like 3 hits, no crits allowed, nothing the defender can do.
And he's using forcing the target lock reroll.
He is allowed 1 dice reload. Spending the focus for 2, and the defender is now on 5 hull left. So that was 4 successful hits from Andreas, and of course he also took some damage.
He didn't. He didn't reinforce. He had focus. That's why he didn't roll.
We are trying to assess how much damage was taken. Seems like Biggs is still with shields, and the Ghost has lost 2 of his shields because we saw countermeasures is still on. This was not a round for countermeasures, Andreas thought. So Biggs still has one shield.
Wasn't it 2?
Alright, maybe we should get some confirmation, because of course this will matter for the next round. We need to make sure we start with all the correct shields. But from this first encounter, I would say Matej didn't put enough hurt on Biggs or on the Ghost. I think he would have hoped for a little more success shooting, but he knows that that's what Kanan does. He cripples your attack, he slows you down.
Biggs is on 1 shield and Ghost is on 4.
Alright. So there has been 3 successful hit points on Andreas, and there has been 4 successful hits on Matej. It's very balanced so far. But of course 4 ships against 2. In reality against 1. Biggs is going to take the heat. Where will they go? Is there going to be some bumping right now? And will they remain at range 1? Of course the danger is remaining at range 1 of a primary arc.
Yeah.
The Ghost can shoot from the rear. If the Ghost now turns up with a 2 turn white, it will basically allow him to get his red dice. Although it's kind of surprising that the one he targeted and therefore got a target lock from fire control system is the one farthest away.
Yeah.
So
but that was also the one that it was not obstructed, it could take a direct shot at the Ghost.
Therefore, more success chance.
Yeah, and I'm guessing it was only had focus and not a reinforce.
All right, let's see where the Ghost will go. I have a strong. If I was flying this list, most likely I would try to turn to the right.
Yeah.
And show my dangerous primary back arc to the Kashik defenders. They are trying to avoid the rock. This time, one of them actually.
See what is he? Oh, he's going in. He's passing, I guess. Oh yeah, he clears the blocking Kashik. Ooh, barely avoids the rock.
All right, this was a very risky move. Of course, Biggs will follow.
Yeah, and he has a range 1 shot on the leading Wookiee if he wants to try and go for that. Big's turning into to also get a shot.
All right, so the first Kashyyyk defender does not have a shot on bigs, so we will shoot 4 red dice
but
on
he
the
has
ghost.
he has a 180 degree.
Okay, 180. Okay.
Yeah, so
then he
so
does have.
Yeah, I think Biggs is in arc of that one. And is it? Is it focused? It's not reinforced, is it? Can we try and zoom in?
It looks like they. The back one reinforced, which is the one that is hurt,
yeah, and
all the other focused.
That could be interesting, seeing as then the front one will only have one defense die and only focus to help out. Against, at the moment, it is looking at he's going for to bring some hurt on that one.
All right, that's 4. I don't understand how can he shoot only 4.
It's Biggs.
It's Bigs first.
Yeah.
All right, he can choose.
I'm guessing is it
3 hits. That's on the green one, and he has rolled 1 focus.
Oh, so he's considering whether to use it.
Will he spend? No, he takes the. No, he does take.
Yeah,
So he takes 2 shields from the green.
So I'm guessing
Biggs doing some help.
Yeah, and of course here comes the
Primary
main gun of the ghost.
Ooh, a lot of focus, a lot of converting. 5 hits and a blank.
Oh.
So let's see how many damage cards. 2, 3, 4, and the 4 is a crit. That's what you get from getting behind the ghost. That Kashyyyk defender is now left with 2 hull, and we don't know what the crit is, but
I'll go check in a second.
It doesn't look good. With a little help from Biggs, Kanan showing what he can do with his primary arc at range 1, and didn't even need a reroll. That was a lucky roll with some focus. And it's time for payback. Maciej is looking forward to shoot. Seems like he's gonna shoot with his orange.
I'd say that taking the focus on the lead ones was a bit risky instead of doing the reinforce. He has the Wookiee commandos for rerolls, so
yeah, maybe he didn't predict how exactly.
Maybe hoping for a block.
3 hits, and it seems like only 1 evade.
Oh, it's a focus.
So he will lose a shield and take 1 damage.
And of course, Kanan is reducing the attack power of the Wookiees.
Because otherwise at range 1 would be 4 red dice. And blank hit. This was not what he needed, and an evade. Or no, it was a focus. So Biggs takes another hit. He needs to eject his astromech soon. Shooting with the black one, he doesn't have a. He does. He can shoot on. He has to shoot on Biggs, but that's only 1. And that looked like an evade, or will he eject? That looked like an evade. Evade focus.
And was it range 2 or 3 obstructed?
All right. So if he rolled with the last one, the transparent base one, he has a reinforce. He didn't have focus, so that was
but
nothing.
He would have had
from
his defenders, so then
we can see his reaction is surprise. He was hoping to get a much better roll. Now the second chance for shooting TLT.
His offense was not very good on this round. Must be some sleepy Wookiees at this point.
Spending the target lock and no focus, so 2 hits.
That's enough.
1 more damage, and the reroll from Big's astromech. She just gets the target lock back.
I'll just go check the crit.
Very intense. We saw how powerful can Kanan be with the ghost docked. That was 5 hits at range 1, and he still got to shoot his TLT in the end of the round. He could have put 2 more. That's 7 hits potential. It is an insane pain machine.
Okay, the leading Wookiee got a stun pilot.
Okay.
So that means if he overlaps anything, he will take another damage.
He will probably avoid that, considering he has 2 hull left. And he moves first, so
Yeah.
it is likely that he will just either go 1 straight or
Bang or turn to the right.
Disengage and try to save 25 points.
Yeah.
It's unlikely because what you want is to stay at range 1 of the ghost, and the ghost probably is going to go.
So best bet would be, do the Wookiees have they have a 3 turn? Say that's the best to bring as much distance between itself and the ghost, and then reinforce to the rear.
That's
maybe
also
get
what
another, bring it back later for forcing the ghost to consider what it wants to shoot at.
it might be what Andreas is thinking right now, and he might just do a 1 forward.
Yeah.
Try to ensure he doesn't lose his TLT range, because of course he can shoot once TLT on the injured green Kashyyyk defender and making sure it kills him, so he can shoot the second volley of TLT on another.
Yeah.
And things are not looking good because the Wookiee Kashyyyk defenders, they don't have much space. If they want to follow the ghost, they will probably bump him or get
the 2 lead
too
ones.
close. Too close to the rock. Let's see if he if he takes 1 forward, he banks.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe if he banks one of the Kashyyks, it will bump into the ghost, but will still have a lot of arc, and might be out of arc of Bix, depending on his move.
This could also be an opportunity for Andreas to disengage Biggs, since he's pretty hurt.
Yeah.
Not necessarily keeping him at range 1 from the ghost, because
just maybe getting out of dodge for a bit, bringing him back in, trying to get behind the Kashyyks.
Yes, 4K would be possible. That's the main weakness of the Kashyyk defenders, not being able to turn around quickly. We've saw some lists trying to turn this weakness a bit less powerful. Paul Bridge was flying Lorik with lightning
reflexes, so he gets to turn around once in the game, but it's still a big surprise since people don't expect the Wookiees to be that maneuverable.
And then he actually had 2 other.
The remaining 2 has vectored thrusters.
Yeah, which kind of helps you turn to the side and barrel roll back.
Yeah. It gives you a bit more arc or closing distance.
A 3 turn down from the ghost is also not out of question.
No.
Because it could mean he's out of any arc.
Yeah.
He gets stressed. He probably gets around the rock, but he gets to shoot.
Yeah. At the moment, I think a 2 turn at the moment would land him on the rock.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking a 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't think it'll be a very risky move for the 2, at least from this angle.
All right, the players are on top of it. They can eyeball the situation much more carefully. And you can see that Matej is struggling to figure out how he's gonna get his ships to shoot the next round.
Okay, so we have movement. that was more or less expected. Bringing the Wookiees into focus on the ghost.
Yeah, if the ghost turns, if the ghost just goes
but
one forward,
yeah,
then
it still has the only one forward to bump. That's clever. And
does the
is
ghost
it,
have stand still?
Nope, the ghost can't stand still.
No.
So it has to move. It has a very good dial, but not the not the 0.
All right,
Which would also made it, I think, a bit too powerful. If it had been able to stand still for one turn, since I guess it's Hera that can continue doing red maneuvers even while stressed.
Okay, yeah. Then he could just position himself in the corner and never leave.
Yeah.
All right, Biggs will bump.
Yeah.
And not get any shots.
Out of the moment.
And he's still gonna get a range 1 shot.
There's 1 shot from one of the Wookiees.
But he shoots first, so he might actually kill the white Kashyyyk defender.
Yeah, it's possible. It has been hurt.
It has 4 hull left, and of course, Kanan will help.
Question is whether he'll. The moment it'll be a TLT against the if he is going for the crippled one, that will be either a ranged 3 shot with the primary, or 2 TLTs. He could take that down, that one, or he might go for the white one to help out Biggs.
Yeah, I think Biggs and Kanan could focus, and he's now popping countermeasures. Is that countermeasures?
Yeah.
Then okay.
He's going for.
He's definitely trying to bring that down before it shoots.
Biggs first.
Another very intense round of shooting. If the white Kashyyyk defender goes down, then it severely brings down the firepower.
So I don't think he actually had range for the crippled one. Going for the TLT. Is that
spend the focus for 3. Focus. So that's gonna be 1.
1 going through.
For sure. Second TLT will probably spend target lock. That's a blank focus hit. It's kind of a very average roll. He will
spending Biggs' ability, or Biggs' target lock, using that one. So that's 2. Considering, okay, he's going for
ensuring.
He's aiming
2
to
more.
That one down to
and now Biggs
to rescue Biggs.
Has a range 1. Doesn't roll. I mean, it's a hit crit, but if he rolls, he has a reinforce. So
yeah. Oh, and it took a.
If that is a direct, then that was a very lucky. No, it's not. All right, so this was a very, very important moment for Mathieu. He will probably get to bring Biggs down. Let's see how many dice he will roll. 3.
Oh, I got weapons failure on the real.
Weapons failure. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's why only 3 dice.
Yeah.
And only 1, maybe a hidden crit. That looks like Biggs rolled 2 paint. It looks like 2 eyes. He bumped, so he doesn't have focus. So he will eject his astromech, but that's not enough. Biggs is out. A very, very fortunate turn for Mathieu, because he almost lost his ship. He most likely will still lose it with the second volley of TLTs. Now checking for range 1. It does check for range 1. That's 4 dice. He still has countermeasures. There's something to roll.
Yeah, but he used all his focus on a reduction of firing.
And that is 3 successful hits and a blank. So 3 shields out of the ghost. And another shot.
Range 2, but obstructed.
That is 1 hit, and the ghost has the rock, so it has evaded.
Yeah, I think so.
And finally, end of the round. Let's see another round of TLT. This has been basically a trade of bigs for one of the Kashik defenders and another one severely crippled. Will the ghost manage to kill the other 2, which are still full? He has a target lock to spend. Why not?
Yep.
And he does it. Alright, so 1 ship out on each side. And we have an exciting match going on. Still open for both players. Mathieu can finally breathe, Biggs is out, and the ghost has already lost a lot of his shields. So the ghost is left with 1 shield and still 10 hit points. It's a lot to chew, but it's easy to get arc on him. It's a ghost without engine upgrade.
Yeah.
It can't run that far.
I'm not sure there's room for. Not sure there's room for bank, so he'll turn into the board.
Actually, this is a very dangerous position for Kanan.
Yeah.
Because
He just moves.
the black Kashik defender can actually block his turn.
Yeah, he can block, or maybe he'll just go for the maybe going for just 1 straight ahead, trying to going for a range 1 shot.
So if he tries to block his turn, won't that leave maybe part of the base very close to the edge?
Yeah.
Because
Actually,
the only option is either a 3 turn or a 2 turn. A 1 is just very risky.
Yeah.
And as you turn, the base will also turn, and
Could bring him very close.
That's risky. And if the ghost flies off the board and the phantom has not been ejected, that's done.
Yeah. That's just too bad then.
It is still early for ejecting the phantom, but let's see how
It'll be very interesting to see how he approaches this. Yeah.
So he will have 2 ships turning in to shoot, and they are exactly the ships that are not injured.
Yeah.
So the positioning
if he gets in a block with the leading one and turns to the left with the orange, then he could have a good shot, even though it would be most likely rank 3. Still.
All right, the players know this is another intense round. A lot has happened. A lot of hits have gone through, but which kind of trap will Mathieu set up? He has pilot skill 1 ships. He can block. He can get in the way. He can set his ships first. And this game can go anyway. Seems like he's ready to set his dial down. He might be considering what we were just talking about. If it's worth trying to block the ghost and letting him have a little bit of his base outside of the board, of the battlefield. That's quite a gamble.
Yeah, because it might also put, if he doesn't make the block, also might put his own Kashik in a vulnerable position. Might bring it very close to the edge as well.
All right, we are on the maneuver phase. That one will have no effect on this round. It's just turning around. This one, of course, tries to get some arc. And now the one we have been expecting. Playing conservative, going one forward, or playing aggressive and going for the block with some kind of bank. That looks like a one forward. All right. So he's trying to bring down the ghost the traditional way. And he will be in the blind spot.
Yep.
There's not much he can do. Andreas has to take a 2-turn.
Yeah.
You think a one bank would fit?
I don't think so. It would be very, very close to the edge.
You said he can
could have blocked a bank there would have blocked the ghost.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't have brought it off the edge.
No.
Still would have left him without his focus tokens.
So there's gonna be probably 3 coming up. If no, Ray is on the right bottom corner, and it doesn't have any focus saved.
No.
So Ghost going for the orange, probably the only one who can reach. Spending
Yes,
for
he's going for the offensive move.
Nothing that the orange can do but take one shield down. And now there's a chance. Takes another shield. Alright, have to do some work. Probably we'll get 4 hit points this turn with the second salvo. Alright, Mathieu is deciding who to shoot, which of his ships will shoot first. He has spent the focus to reduce the attack.
Yeah, so it's for the black one.
And that might be a crit. Oh, we got our first crit on a ghost. Hit crit.
Okay, check in a second which it was.
And a little unlucky, no focus to reroll. Finally, ending up the round with the TLT. That's two hits that are gonna pass. So the orange takes another shield. And target lock for 2 again. All right. Andreas is probably at this moment trying to calculate if he will survive 1 or 2 more rounds with the ghost and when to eject the phantom.
It was a direct hit on Kanan.
Ooh, okay. In that case, we'll have to take 1 more. 7 hit points left. And the orange defender has 1 damage. So right now all the defenders pretty hurt. Only in fact the black one is actually still full, and the most dangerous one.
Then again, Kanan is down to 7 hull now, and Matthew will most likely bring his stunned Wookiee back into the fray now. Be my guess.
Yeah, but now what Andreas can do is turn 2 again and get behind the black Kashik defender
Yeah, and the black one
taking
has
one of the guns out.
He will be if more or less only has one option if he's not doesn't want to get just keep standing there. He can turn right or he can keep in position.
Or what's the fastest the ghost can go for? The 5 is the 5k, right?
Yeah, it has
So,
4 straight ahead.
So if he goes 4, he
Yeah.
might actually be pretty far
Yeah.
for the orange one,
So
and he might shoot down the green one before he gets to shoot. So
yeah, so maybe at the moment might be the safest best bet for Magi to slow play it. Oh, he doesn't.
what?
Oh no, they're just
just marking.
Yeah.
Okay, but he decides to go down. That's there was enough space.
Maybe. I think so.
So if the
Yeah,
ghost
that
goes 4 forward, then it will still get shot by the black one. And I'm not talking about Poe's X-wing. So let's see what was in his mind. If he goes up,
Yeah, so I'm guessing also a free turn from that one.
ooh, that's gonna be another range 1. So there's no good positioning here. He can either take a range 1 from the orange or take a shot from both. And of course try to kill the green before it shoots. But the green smartly positioning himself
Yeah.
behind the rock.
To
All
be
right,
a
let's
threat
see. Most
without
likely,
exposing itself too much. What's he doing?
is this a 1 straight? No, it's a 2 turn. All right. Is that still within the arc of the black one? It looks like it's out, but
It's
a laser
difficult to see from
would
this
help.
angle. I think he might just be outside of arc of the black one.
some
Still
really tough
Two
eyeballing.
Wookiees and one of them at range 1, so that he can shoot at Kanan unopposed.
Yeah, 30 minutes to go, meaning that Kanan has to fight.
I think they nudged one of the asteroids.
Okay.
Just getting it back into position.
So taking 2 focus, nothing on Ray, as we can see in the bottom right. So he will have to do reducing the range 1 most likely from the orange Kashik defender, and now rolling to hopefully bring down the green Kashik defender on the right behind the rock.
Nachi has been clever and has reinforced, so it'll give him. He will have the option of even avoiding a 3-hit TLC shot.
Okay,
He will have 2 defense dice and his reinforce.
so it's not likely actually, but it's still his best option.
Yeah.
He's probably considering what to do.
So either that or checking for the main gun. That would be 4 dice against 3 and a reinforce.
That would actually be... Alright, that's an unfortunate first TLT shot.
Yep.
And only 1 on the second one.
Okay. Very unlucky round of TLT there, so he gets to shoot before...
He's trying to see if
I
there's
think it is...
arc. Alright. And that's actually the
I think it's...
Paul?
Yeah. This is a very crucial decision.
It looks like it's out.
I think so. Fortunate for Andreas. Still, Magi has 2 Wookiees that can shoot. Must be very brutal. Of course, reducing its offensive power.
Rerolling
And
focuses.
the Wookiees...
In 2 hits. Oh.
3 hits. Ooh.
One, two. I only saw 2 damage cards.
Yeah, might have been a focus amongst them.
Only 1 for the ghost trying to evade. He will take another.
So Kanan is down to 4 hull.
No, it should be, if that's a direct hit, it should actually be 3 hull, right? Because it's 5 damage plus the direct hit.
Oh yeah.
And the second volley of TLT.
Oh, you went the wrong. Oh, that's correct. Yeah.
I see a blank. He will take another damage. He's hanging, but now he has the reinforce. He spends the focus. There's 3. There's a chance. There's still a chance that 2 natural evades.
Oh.
Okay. Reinforce. And he should be safe. Reacquiring target lock.
Yeah.
Incredible. How resistant these ships can be. So this has been really, really bad news for Andreas.
Yeah. It's a very bad round of shooting for him. Only
we can
one
actually
damage
hear
through.
him complain from over here. He's really upset by not managing to bring it down.
Really unlucky. But then again, Margie had put his Kashyyyk in a very good spot.
Is this a moment for a 5k? Keeping as much distance from others. The left
one. Simply going 4 straight ahead. To he still wants to be able to focus.
Actually, this again, this positioning could lead up to many results. So the one on the right, the green one, it doesn't have enough space for a 2-turn, does it? I mean, it will clip the rock, but that's where a 5k would give him the 5 primary with the target lock. So that would be a killer. And the one close to him at range 1 probably doesn't have enough space to turn.
No.
And there was a rock somewhere there. We can't really see it right now.
Yeah. I'm guessing that one will see a bank or a turn, just going in for bumping into the ghost to have a chance of having arc, depending on which direction Andreas goes.
Yeah, so might be a range 3 shot.
Yeah. At the moment they either 4 straight ahead or turning to the left. But that would lead him back into the corner.
That's also why, because right now he might be planning on ejecting the Phantom. And the Phantom has to be ejected face down, meaning unless he performs a K turn immediately on the maneuver ejecting, no? That's allowed. So a 5k would actually give his primary arc facing down, which is probably the best idea.
And see the bank. So now if you could just go straight ahead, the Kashyyyk will have arc.
Okay,
and
he's trying to
wisely not gambling with the
and he's also trying to again use the rock as a protection.
So it's safest bet, keeping his Wookiee in the game, forcing Andreas to consider which one he wants to shoot at.
Alright, he doesn't eject, that's surprising, but he does go the 4 straight.
I think he can choose to do it, I think he does it after the maneuver. After movement.
Okay, so we still might see the eject.
Yeah. Still, at the moment, it only has only one of them has range to Kanan, and it's a range 2, perhaps even range 3.
If he just took his action, I don't know if he can still eject the Phantom, but if the ghost explodes, the Phantom will come out
with one damage card. Yeah,
and steal the 2 shields, but
yeah.
It's I don't know if it's enough to go head to head.
But at the moment Kanan has 3 hull, so and it's range 2, so he can use one of the focus to reduce the attack power. So he will only roll 2 dice. Then to kill Kanan he would have to do a crit, turn into direct hit.
And he actually has a reinforce. He doesn't have a focus. So
he didn't even bump.
So the ghost will shoot primary from the rear. It's kind of surprising. 1 damage. And the orange goes to 4. That was surprising. I mean, it's true that the green one can't shoot this round,
but maybe he was hoping perhaps the off chance of a blinded pilot.
So the ghost takes another damage.
He didn't reduce.
Yeah, I think he did, but that's.
Still 2 focus tokens on Kanan. Or maybe it was in range 3, perhaps.
Ah, yeah. If it was in range 3, then that's why he rolled a defense die. All right. He didn't move the target lock. He will reroll. For the first, no, he will just leave it be. 1 evade. Will he spend? No. And that's not possible to defend.
If he's on the mic, is it loud enough to hear on the stream? Men hvis I også fortæller streamen til folk, der sidder og siger, at efter så skal vi bare have hans kort ind, så vi kan. Jamen det sørger for at skaffe lidt. Okay.
I mean, I hear it, so probably they will also hear a bit. All right, we are back. So it seems like this has been a very passive round. The option of shooting with a primary rear arc was not very efficient, and we got some damage still. The ghost has now 2 hit points left, and the Kashyyyks, I need to make sure all the damage is correct. Yeah. I'm trying to count. There's 3 damage, which means that the orange is left with 3. All right. So now the ghost is actually in a privileged position to recover and to keep some distance. I don't know how the Matej plans to regroup and to put pressure. Of course, it will turn up, and I don't know if go be in the middle and avoid the rock or just.
Maybe just going straight ahead with the black one, banking with the orange, playing it a bit slow with the green to maybe gather his troops, bring them in for gathered joust, perhaps. Question is, what will Andreas do? Will he? I'm thinking we'll see a bank into the corner to put in some distance. Or do you think he'll turn into the board, playing an aggressive 2-turn to maybe bring his TLT into range?
Actually, Andreas has more options now, because let's imagine that the orange defender turns up with a 2-turn or 2-turn.
Yeah.
Then he could actually eject the Phantom right in his face.
Oh yeah.
And focus or target lock. So he will have 4 red dice plus the TLT. So he will ensure to kill the orange. And as we know, the green one in the middle, right now in the middle of the planet, he's easy to kill with the TLTs. Leaving a full black Kashyyyk defender for the end game against a Phantom and a very, very injured ghost. So odds are with Mathieu on this one, but let's see how Andreas plays this. I don't know if he's ready to get rid of his ghost. Okay, this was interesting.
Oh, so he is playing very defensively, and he can afford to, since the black defender is
the one that has to
and is unhurt. So going 1-on-1, he will have the upper hand against Kanan at the moment.
that looks like a range 3 potentially.
I think it's out of range.
All right, smart move by Mathieu, saving his points. Right now he has 55 points conquered, and he doesn't want to lose any of his ships. Let's see. The ghost has not taken any action.
Nope. Or maybe just they were out of range, so just back to
They're
dance.
out of range. But so the ghost just stored more focuses on Ray. Yeah, this is
Yeah, we have 2 focus on Ray down there.
this is a tough game for Andreas at this moment. He will be caught at some point. He will probably turn right and be caught in the middle of the right side. Let's see if the other Kashik defenders decide to join in or just let the strong one finish Kanan.
So might be room for 1 bank, because I think the 2 turn would put him close to the rock, or at least for the next turn.
Yeah, we have 14 minutes left. I'm hoping the main camera recovers. Both players know that they will be eliminated if they don't succeed. There's a lot of pressure. There's a judge right on top of the matter. I'm gonna check the main camera because maybe it's a little overheated. Maybe it needs a little restart. We've recovered the main camera and we can see how they are moving. Everyone takes reinforce. The ghost turns as predicted, and the idea is, of course, Mathieu wants to preserve his injured ships in the corner, stall as much as he can, because there's still 9 hit points on his black defender. Our guess is that it's not going to be easy for Andreas. He needs to be a little bit lucky. He needs to hope for bad rolls from Mathieu and maybe try to stay at range 2 so he can reduce the attack. He's quite close to the rock right now.
Yeah. I think at the moment his only option is, I think, 3 straight ahead, or maybe one bank to the left. Then he can turn next round. But he doesn't have many options. He's a bit cornered at the moment.
If If the ghost explodes and it forces you to eject the phantom, can the phantom still shoot in that round if it's within the pilot skill priority?
I think so. I think if it has not, if its priority is not passed, then I think it can get a shot. But in this case, if Kanan goes down, then
It's
it'll be a
because
PS1.
exactly, so it won't be
Seb
able to shoot.
won't get a shot.
All right, we can see the players are sweating. It's a very intense round. So the pressure is on. He has taken the center of the battlefield and now has a range basically on all the positioning that the ghost can be. Where will the ghost go? And will it eject the phantom? Yeah, the other one's stalling in the corner, doing slow maneuvers. Four straight. And staying at range 3. I thought he might try to get the rock as an extra defense. He will get all the focus he can get. He doesn't eject the phantom. That's surprising.
I think goes for just reducing, since to have the extra TLT shots, he has the K-wing, or the ghost has the option of taking.
So he takes
the evade
2
action.
shields.
So
TLT very effective, and 3 hits. He spent. No, he took an evade, but is that enough? That looks like no. He will eject. Nice. He removes actually the little mini phantom that is attached to the rear of the ghost. So that was just 1 hit. It was perfect roll. He had the evade, he had the focus, but that was not enough at range 3. So we're gonna see the ghost explode, and we're gonna see Zeb coming out and not being able to shoot.
Are they back to? Oh no, they're back to dials. Or is he? Oh yeah.
No, he has to dial up the.
Ah, yeah, of course. So
the exit. And he comes injured. And the ghost is off. All right, this is a really, really tough game for Andreas right now. It's a never give up kind of situation.
Yeah.
Although.
Is it just 1 shield? Or is it?
Yeah. So the black one has 1 shield left, and it seems like he forgot to add the damage to the phantom. But the rules say he should, if the ghost exploded, he should come out with 1 damage.
Docked ship would be damaged when forcefully being undocked.
Yeah, he's probably
just
he's taking a shield. Okay, that's isn't it? Shouldn't he take a damage?
I think it's as I remember it, it's 1 face down damage card. But
yeah. Okay, he just took a shield. That's not exactly what we expected, but let's.
But not a big difference.
Yeah. It's worse for him.
Yeah, actually, because at the moment with 2 shields left, he could So better to have shields than hull.
Yeah, yeah. He's as far as possible from the other Kashik defenders. Is not gonna be easy to go through. Alright, one forward ensuring that he will get a shot.
Slow and steady.
The Phantom doesn't have... he does have barrel roll, but not... he doesn't have any boost. He can't get out of the arc. And now he's gonna get shot by 2 ships.
Yeah.
And his turns are also red, except for the 2 turn. He has a very similar die to the Ghost.
His shuttle, his maneuver dial is a lot like the Ghost. Just he has a 4K instead, and then his 1 banks are green, not 2.
Limited maneuverability. Now he depends on luck. He does have green dice to roll. Let's see if he takes an evade, and which is hopes for the best. You could see that Mathieu took reinforced tokens.
And bring the orange defender back. He took
looks like he took an evade. He needs to survive. That's no, maybe it is a focus. He's considering turning. Don't do it because you need to survive. He does. Okay.
Oh no, he
hit crit. There's 1 evade. He will spend the reinforce, I suppose, and take only 1 shield. Or maybe that's not a reinforce. That's a focus. Nah, it looks like a reinforce.
Yeah.
But the game most likely will be over now if he doesn't roll amazing. He should have saved his focus. So he takes a crit on Zeb. Yeah, in such a situation, you should save your focus for defense. He would have evaded everything.
Yeah. Against an mostly unharmed defender, yeah.
And here's where he made a mistake of taking the shield instead of adding the damage card face down, because now he wouldn't have taken a crit. Nobody wants to take a crit, and especially in this situation. So he's gonna get shot again. This could be the end of the game. Re-rolling the focus. That's only 1, and that looks like an evade. 1 more round, prolonging the pain. 4 minutes left. Points don't really matter right now. Andreas refuses to concede, but with 4 minutes on the clock, there's not much. He just has to accept that 1 attack shuttle will not be able to shoot down. All right, let's see the maneuvers. Today, at the same time as the top 16 of X-Wing is happening, we also have the Hangar Bay event.
Yep.
We also have Destiny tournament happening.
And an Imperial Assault.
And is there any Armada?
The main tournament was yesterday.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they have any side events. I'm not sure.
A lot of gaming happening around here. We can feel it in the air. Players want to play, want to win, and we are now watching the best of the best, and everything points towards Mathieu passing to the next round. Alright, 2 minutes on the clock.
So he avoided both arcs this turn.
Alright. This Phantom just won't go down. Prolonging and
think he's was checking to see if there would be room for a K-turn, perhaps.
Yeah, because he can actually take down the orange one. Now they have difficulties turning back. But probably will still have arc. Let's see. I would say this feels like formalities at this point.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been
I
an
like
intense.
not giving up.
It's been an intense game. At some point, it felt like the Ghost had a great position to finish them quickly, and then he just missed his opportunity. There's the green one left with 1 hit point left, 1 hull, and the orange one left with 3. So
he simply wasn't able to take down the Kashyyyks fast enough.
And he flipped down his crit. And he tries to roll to kill the black one, and he has reinforced. No, he does succeed.
Oh,
so much
the white
effort.
one.
That was the
green.
the dark green. It's dark green, so it's tricky to. All
So
right, and finally, after doing his duty, there's he needs some natural evades. Was that enough evades? That was 3 hits. Okay.
I think it was.
The game is on. 15 seconds on the clock. That's just no giving up from Andreas. Let that be a lesson to all of you.
Yeah. Just getting a few more points at the end.
All right. Round is over. Judge Paul has called it, and he just concedes.
Very interesting game. Very intense.
All right, that was refreshing to see Kanan Biggs back on the top meta. He made it all the way here, but it was not enough to bring down Mathieu's build.
It was a very difficult matchup because of the huge amount of hull, and even though the Ghost has a lot of offensive power,
and we have to say that Mathieu played smart.
Yeah,
his ships were saved by disengaging and by cornering up for like 4 rounds, and finally being caught by the attack shuttle. That was a funny ending touch. We're gonna find out which of the top 8 we're gonna stream next. So we're gonna take a quick break.
And I think we'll have a short announcement as well, just in a minute.
And then of course we'll try to give you an overview of what happened in the other matches, who's up and which lists we might encounter. There's a bet for
we'll have now have a lovely custom painted captain or a Scourge ship up for grabs for one of the losing players from the top 16. They will do a roll off to see. I think it was with 6 dice, seeing who will come out on top.
So this is a lottery.
Yeah.
And this paint job, I like actually. It's a little cartoonish, the shades, but it's pretty cool. It stands out and it's neat. Has a lot of detail.
Yeah. It's by a young Swedish guy who does custom paint jobs.
He brought his painting workshop.
Yeah,
showing his skills.
Really, really amazing. I was looking at some of miniatures he had brought along. Some very cool ones.
Well, we can see from here.
Yeah. See if we can get Paul to bring it just a bit closer to camera to see some more details.
And thanks again for Faustiga for sponsoring this stream. And And it has been an amazing weekend, very intense for around 100 players. We have the 16 top players today battling off, and now we have a little extra time for the prizes, and a little too close to the camera, so it's not sharp at that range, but we can imagine that it's a good paint job. All right, when it's too close, it's not sharp. It has to be halfway. For all of you fans of the Skurg, here you have a customized painted model.
And the guy doing these is his page is called Viking with Brushes. So and he's on, I guess that's on Instagram, I think. Viking_with_brushes, or just on Facebook, Viking with Brushes.
This is actually a good idea for a gift.
Yep.
For one of your X-Wing buddies. If you want to steal one of their ships and have a special custom paint job done.
I think a lot of it does all kinds of
all other
miniatures. Yeah.
Other miniature games.
A lot of different ones out there.
I guess he might be busy with Legions coming out.
Yeah, that might be. It's called the guy's called the Noah Spar. So very good painter.
Very well. Players are excited. There has been some eliminations, and we're gonna wait and see.
Bringing up the it looks like I can see that Paul Bridge looks like one of the other Danes. He's out. I guess maybe. Let's see how many of the Danish players have been eliminated. I know at least 2 of the Danes met each other. So.
Do we know the time for the next round?
I'll just try
There's
to find out.
There's usually a 15-minute break, but now because we have this prizes being handed as a lottery, we might start just a little later. So here are the players ready to roll to see if they will get the custom painted ship. Paul asking for the winners and the losers to come up to the stage. This is an interesting ceremony. We get to see all the faces. Tommy in the back. Lasse coming up. Casper is already up.
So we'll have around 20 minutes.
All right, 20 minutes until the next round.
Yeah. Or no, 15.
All right.
So
that's more
10:40.
10:40.
Yeah.
That's when the next group will start. We have around 40 viewers at this moment. Thank you for staying with us.
That's quite good.
Yeah. And
basically what's happening is that we're waiting for the last game to be finished, and then we will have a dice off for the painted ship. But we're waiting for one game that they're completing the last round now. And it's 0-0 at the moment, so it'll be the last round of firing.
Okay, who's still playing? Who refuses to win or lose? That's
It's Guido Kessel and Patrick Ingberg.
Okay.
I think my bad. Yes, it is. Guido Kessel and Patrick Engberg is still engaged.
Wow.
And no damage done?
I haven't checked the damage, but the score is 0-0.
All right.
That's quite impressive. Have
Unkillable lists.
Yeah. Only tried once going into finishing a match with no points being scored.
Oh, that's I'm kind of glad we didn't have that match on stream, because it might have been running around and.
Oh, it might also just unfortunate or good defensive dice.
Okay.
The one I had was a really aggressive match. No one really trying to avoid the confrontation, but for some reason we just weren't able to. A lot of damage was done, but no points scored.
So in the back of the room, you can see Hangabe happening. The first row of tables, that's where the top 16 was the players were located.
So
I like.
See, we have from the Danish participants in the top, we have Lasse, Andreas, and Paul have been eliminated. So that leaves Tommy and Kasper in top 8.
Yeah, we have a young player also there. Ceremony is a little delayed because two players refused to finish their game.
I'm guessing they're going into final salvo most likely.
Okay, I'm curious to see what is happening there. But internet seems to be perfect right now.
Yeah,
it's green.
Good.
And perfect. Well, of course the cameras. They're not completely smooth, but
no.
you can actually try and see what's the frame rate. 16 frames per second, 800 dropped frames. First day was like 3,000 dropped frames. So it's been an improvement. And I went back to HD, so later we can see the top 16 and more sharp quality. So the last match is now over, settled by final salvo. The Imperial Aces are out. It's a little bit sad. I would like to have seen them on the stream. Vader, Quick Draw, and the Inquisitor. But with only 5 dice to be rolled, there was not a big chance of win. And it's still incredible that no points were scored with such fragile Imperial Aces.
Oh, that was the Imperial Aces list?
Yeah. Against Miranda and Lorik and Biggs, I think.
Yeah, but it's very good at distributing damage around.
Yeah. So it's that list is not surprising, but at the same time, the Aces managed to make their way.
So the Aces won.
No. They lost on the final salvo. All right, I hope they don't knock down my my camera.
So you only had 5 dice, or we must have had more with the 3 ships.
It's 2 from Vader, 2 from Inquisitor, and
2 from the was it Quick Draw?
Yeah. So it's
but still to beat 4 hits.
So all players who lost on the first
doing a roll off for
first round of the top 16.
Beautifully painted Nim ship, Scourge bomber. Okay, so still
there's a lot of a lot of red dice. It's difficult to see who is rolling
that
what.
can be only one,
but it's still an interesting tradition.
No.
All right, looks like someone got it.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm guessing we'll take a short break, prepare for the next round.
Yeah. So we'll see you soon in around 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And we're gonna find out who is gonna be up on the stream, and stay with us.